Oh, wow, y'all. Oh, golly. Oh, goodness, oh, golly, we're back. We're back. Welcome back. It is Thursday. I definitely remembered what day it is, and it's Thursday. And we're back. We're playing Soul Reaver for the full time this time because we finished Star Ocean 2. And now we're playing Soul Reaver. We started it at the end of Thursday's sesh. And now we're diving back in. Oh, goodness, oh, gracious. Do I remember what I was doing? Kinda. Did I look up a guide? I briefly did, but I didn't comprehend it.
Of your former stronghold, and above the gardens of the dead, your brother Melchiah waits.
Oh, my brother Melchiah. That dude. That piece of work. Do 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 da 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 da. Oh, let me make sure I have the audio right. It should be good. It should be syncing up nicely. It might not be. I'll just claw at the air to be absolutely certain. Am I supposed to go this way? Who knows? Now I'm in the material realm. And hoping that this is the correct way to go. Let's see, I think I came from this way and went in that door. Although you're facing this way, so we're gonna try this way and see what happens. Don't really have a finishing weapon, huh? That's what I'm gonna need is a finishing weapon. Well, there's some fire. No, this is definitely the way I came from before, isn't it? No, this is... Let me think. Because this was locked. Yeah, okay. Hey. Hey, bub. Hey, buddy. I'm gonna smack the snot out of you is what I'm gonna do. Maybe. I haven't figured out how to be good at this game yet. We're working on it. It's a work in progress together. Staggered. Maybe now I can throw you. There's a weapon. Hold on. You go right there. I'm gonna pick this up. There we go. Controls are a little unresponsive at times. I will say that. Or maybe I'm just not good at the video game. Did you really respawn? Did I give you permission to do that? I did not. Though it did give me some energy for fighting these bad undead. Unlike me, I'm good? That might be stretching it. I was wronged, and am now trying to avenge myself. Oh, that's cute. Okay. Not this way. I feel confident I'm not supposed to go this way. Huh. Maybe this way. Let's try this way. Ah, yeah, I know how to do platforming. I could just be backtracking. It's very possible that I'm just backtracking. But we can have fun while we're backtracking. Okay. Now, I've definitely been here, but I think I moved forward beyond this point. So I think I just warped to the wrong place. Yeah, okay. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Can I turn on analog? Yes. Is it going to feel good? Because pushing down on the D-pad for this is making my thumb unhappy. So we're going to try analog. Using the sticks instead of the D-pad. So far, so good. So far, so good. That way didn't look like the right way. Yum, yum, yum. This is me pretending to know where I'm going right now. I will sing a song while I pretend to know where I'm going right now. Hey, there's a bird. Probably a corvid. A switch. Bump, bump, bump. Let's try this way. Wahoo! Bop. Wahoo! Going for it, going for it. I've done something. I've landed here. Let's see if I can do it again. Wahoo! I've landed here. I would love a first-person mode. I cannot express how much I would enjoy having a first-person mode so I can get a better look at my surroundings. They did not really know how to do cameras at this point in 3D gaming. And we can get a good look at Raziel, but that's only worth like 80% of what I'm doing. For the other 20%, I've got to be able to see where I'm going. Okay, This is feeling like the right direction. I will say I've had much worse. Cameras. My energy's low. Do I have any potions or food? No, because that's not a thing in this game. As far as I know. Okay. What do you do? Are you just hiding something? Okay. Trillions here. Welcome. I'm being perplexed by Soul Reaver. I'm glad you're here. Those two are not connected. Although, having you here and being perplexed by Soul Reaver is better than not having you and being perplexed by Soul Reaver. I will make that statement with confidence. Just the one Reaver. The Soul Reaver. So I feel like that mark means, hey, this is the place where you've got to do a big, cool boss fight. But I'm not seeing where to do the big, cool boss fight. Do I need to do something with these graves? That mark means Doug was here. Doug. Not Doug again. Doug's always causing trouble for me. Well, if Doug was here, I'm going to get out for the moment and see if there's anything in the area. See, this looks like it's something, but it might also just be. I can push against it. Can I push against most walls? No, it's interactable. Raven's here. What a good group. And yes, the navigation of this area is the real boss all along. The soul reaving so far is a little bit frustrating on the platforming and puzzle solving. We're trying to figure out where this individual Reeve wants us to go. This is where I came from, I'm now realizing. And it's not that I'm against returning to where I came from. It's just not useful at the moment. So I'm going to go here. And I'm going to enter... It has a name. I'm going to say the Shadow Realm because I've forgotten its real name. Oh, you're back. Yum, 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 yum. See if there's anything I can uncover in here. Well, there's a soul well. Well. Yum, 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 yum. There's something up here. Whoop, whoop. Full of energy, this Raziel. You gotta get that soul well. There's nothing better for shoes than having your feet get nice and soggy. That's what all the experts say. Can I go through this door? No. Okay. While I'm in this mode, I can't go through this door. I think that's important. I don't know why it's important. This fire is blue. I don't think that's important. And if it is, I don't know why it would be important. Back to the physical plane. Ooh. Physical plane. A plane that is physical. Oh, it's the never-ending bottle of Blue Mountain Dew. Now I get it. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. When you're in Duckburg, you do gotta charge the devices. I hope you're staying safe, and that you got the stuff you need. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Thanks for stopping by. You don't like sunlight, that's right. That's what I can do to you. Oh no! Oh, and now you're leaking the code red, so it's all come full circle. So I came up here, I demolished those two fools, and now there's a door. I figured it out. Ooh, ooh. Camera work? Camera work? Okay. Ah, we got a checkpoint. Now we can work back here at future times. Which way did I come from? I came from that way. I want to go this way. I think. This is promising. Here's a block. What would I need this block for? Is there something up? Presumably there is something up. Do I know what it is yet? No. Or maybe that block is just there for the aesthetic. I do need to consider that option. Yum, yum, yum. Some great early 3D platforming. Oh, you got all wet. You got all wet, bud. It's not safe to platform on grates. That's true. Thank you for that reminder, Trillian. I deeply appreciate it. That's what can happen if you platform on grates. Oh, the video froze. Am I still it says I'm still transmitting. Hopefully that's true. I can still see the stream. Who knows? Who can say it? Hooray! I'm so glad video is back. You missed very little. It was more of beating up. Various no-name NPCs. Some real ne'er-do-wells. Well, you're gonna pop up any second now, aren't you? Can I fight you before that? No. You're gonna surprise me. That's a surprise tool that we'll use later. I remember enough about this game to know that that grate is a surprise tool. A little secret. Hoo 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 hoo. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Hey, you're not allowed to get your soul back. This is where I just was, I'm realizing. Can I get? There we go. Oh no! Can I do anything with this? Nope. I push against it. Nothing happens. I'm gonna go back this way and see if I missed something. This is where I did the big cool jump. Oh, that's why I didn't recognize it. Okay. We do love a great surprise. Sneak, sneak, sneak. Shadowy figure on the ground. Did I miss a doorway? There's the grate. Okay, I'm gonna try something.
These wraiths are vampire spirits, fettered too long in the spectral realm. When their vampire natures adapt to this plane, they become eaters of souls. Do not
Don't eat my
allow
soul.
these spirits to re-inhabit their corpses.
This is a distinctly unfair fight. You're allowed to move vertically at ease, and I can't move the camera up or down. Mmm, tasty, tasty. All right. Now, I do want to say, if you turn sideways, you can easily just sidestep through here. Easily. It's not even a problem. Hey, you're allowed to go through. How come I'm not? This is so unfair. It is bad design. And someone spilled their Mountain Dew that's blue over here also. And that's not bad design, but it is careless. Can I do anything? I can jump up here. Oh. I see, I see. What does this do for me? I have no idea, but we can go here. There's another grate. What if I can't push it over the edge. I'm trying to move it to the left and it's not letting me. I don't see why this would make a difference, but I'm going to try pushing this here. Oh, L1 plus square to flip. There we go. Now it's a puzzle platformer. I'm not sure I knew I was supposed to do that and was instead just going on. This is the last thing that I have left to try. So, boss, you're sure you want the way to unlock this gate to be shoving a huge crate that's taller than you are into that spot? Yes, I'm sure. Okay. When there's no other way, the blocks come out to play. I don't have a way to finish you off. Yes, I do. Hey, I'm just trying to eat. I wasn't trying to pull this pinning mechanism from my foe. 'Cause now I'm in a little bit of trouble. Yeah. That's true. And I thank you for that. The fries, yes, but the fries, that's warranted. Legally, they are your fries. This game has just enough of a fandom size that I am not sure whether or not there is a coffee shop AU where Raziel and his vampire brethren, I guess, just work together and hang out. Or if not a coffee shop, then a McDonald's. I think there's just about a 50-50 chance one way or the other. Okay, I need a block down here. A McCafe, yes. I need a block down here. Can I jump up anywhere from here? No. Is this a block I can pull out of the wall? It is. Maybe. Yes. Oh, now they're in trouble. No, I want to... So I can flip it up if it's tall, but not if it's short. This is what I'm learning from video game. So I think what I need to... Hey! No, it's just weird texture. Hi, bud. Nope, not what I wanted to do. Maybe you should be. I think that would be warranted in their case. They're being rude dudes. Yeah, I can flip up to that height, but not if it's just below me. Or just above me. Excuse me. Rude dudes with attitudes. And listen, if they're just living their life, I'm all for it. But if that rude dude attitude is interfering with my, well, in this case, unlife, I've got issues. Or to continue the burger metaphor, I've got beef. Alright, that opened that up, which is where I came from. But now you're still just sort of hanging out on the floor. Has me concerned. I jumped up here? No. I would love to be able to control the Y-axis on my camera. And yeah, since McDonald's stopped serving the dew, they've just been hollow husks of themselves. It is more like the Y-axis. In some games, you can choose between having the Y-axis being standard or inverted. Here, the decision is made for you, and the decision is no. I think I did have to... Let me do that. Go into this realm, jump up. Yeah, maybe? Yes. I don't think I could make that jump before. Now the issue is that I do need a tasty treat. So I can re-enter the physical realm up here. You know, game design is hard, and sometimes you've just got to rip off Limbo. Like, this is a scene right out of Limbo. Honestly, it's embarrassing, but what can we do? What are you gonna do? Can you talk about it on twitch.tv? I knocked down the opposite platform. Can jump up here. Yes. Yes, maybe. There we go. If only it was still Justin.tv. But when it switched names with Twitch McElroy, now Justin, everything changed. I'm moving the thumbstick and it's not letting me move it, so I don't know what you want me to do. Just hugging the block. Have to appreciate and admire the block. I feel like that is supposed to line up with that symbol. But if I can't move block, I don't know how I do this. Oh, the love meter. That makes sense. As far as I can tell, that's nothing. But maybe it's everything. This corner doesn't have a thing. This corner does. I can grab it. It doesn't look like I can move it. Can I flip it? No. I can't grab this. I can run up against it. Here, I've got fire now. Do I need to melt it? What if I throw fire at it? Is this the burning passion of romance? I don't think it is. Could be wrong, but I don't think it is. Ah, running up that cube. I don't think there's anything for me to do up here except look cool, which isn't nothing, but also is not what I need to be doing right now, unless it is. Maybe the game wants me to take a 10-minute break to look cool. Can I have a little snack here? No. Can't flip it. Still can't flip it. It's nothing. Okay. Don't see a cube out here. Maybe I must become the cube. I did not become the cube. I will just say, for the record, and I'm not expecting a solution, but if the audience has suggestions for this game, I would love to have them, because it's ooh, this is the first real area, and it's already given me some real puzzlers. Can't push it back, left, up, or right. I can hug it, which makes me think I should be able to do something. Switch to other dimension. Let's try that. That's a good idea. Alright. Now, generally, I cannot interact with objects in this dimension. This is no exception. I do have a way to get back to that dimension from here, which is good news. The grade is still a physical object, which is illegal. just double check. Yeah. Can't even give it. Oh, I can give it a hug, but only a pushing hug, and not a sink my claws into it hug. Pop back here. Maybe by doing that, now it'll move. It'll move. It'll move. It's not playing along. The game is not yes-anding me, and I just feel that's a violation of trust. The controls list. Let's see. Not featured. Oh, I will turn up the speech volume though. I'm gonna look up the internet. So we're gonna say Soul Reaver walkthrough. Unfortunately, I think Game FAQs is going to be my destination. We are going with... I'll say this is the Necropolis? Yeah, that's completely fair. I'm also going to pop back into this realm while I'm here. In the back right... Okay, I found it. In the back right corner, stacked on top of each other, each having a symbol that looks like pi. I'm just seeing the one. My game might be busted. Because it's saying that there's supposed to be, as the saying goes, 2 of them. And I only have 1. So it's saying there's supposed to be a second one up here. And I should be able to push it over here and then hop up here and push it off. But that's not feasible, it seems. Oh, that's a gnarly texture. That's a really weird glitch to have something just not spawn in at all and then have this not work at all. I'm not saying it's impossible, but pretty weird. I'm gonna try the old save game and restart, which means a non-trivial amount of backtracking, but that's how we started the stream, so why not keep it going? I'm gonna just do a little bit of boop. Goodness gracious. What a video game. What a classic. What a classic for the ages. The good news is I now know exactly where to go. Supposing I remember exactly where to go. I think I do. I hope I do. We'll see if I do. Yeah, I think that
Beyond the ruins of your former stronghold, and above the gardens of the dead, your brother Melchiah waits.
Yeah, I know that part. Thank you, though. Appreciate it. The modern day one patch issue that a lot of folks like to complain about, they definitely still had some of those problems in this area of game development, and it was just, we shipped it. And if you do it just right, it's not a problem. You can technically beat the video game. Though some of them are just absolutely busted in ways that they never should have been shipped, but that's another story. Some of them are also fundamentally flawed, and some of them were both. And maybe one of those games is making a resurgence that I don't understand because it got an anime. Just maybe. It could be. It's a possibility. This was the block. Do I have to push this one? No, that one, I think that block is just there for me to learn more about myself. Hey. I was just trying to give you a fun ride. Have a good swim. Yeah, that's the real cyberpunk. If there's one thing that cyberpunk is about, it's not caring about those who are marginalized. As long as it's got neon blue lights. That's all you really need. Neon blue. Cyberpunk? You're still just hanging out there, and that worries me. Okay. I kinda got it. Do this. We fall. That's part of the plan. That will make it so that the block spawns in properly, because we want that to happen. Raziel, I'm just gonna say it. I need you to really focus up here, bud. This is go time. If I do check under the block 99 times, well, I gotta check under the block 99 times while I've got a party with 99 or 5 level 99 Geodudes. Then I'm gonna find Mew. What a... Now imagine I was playing this as a wee little child when it first came out. What was I supposed to do? What was I supposed to do there? And the answer is, cry. Believe in yourself and also cry. I don't know if I need to do this. I do need to call the Nintendo Power Hotline. That is absolutely true. This is going to be not quite correct, but I think it's getting us closer to where we need to be. So if I do that. Now I've got that. Yes. See, when it's working, pretty good puzzle. I need this to go like this. And like this. And then I need it back up twice. So that I can... There was a more elegant solution here, but this is going to work. And now I have fire. Now they're both right side up. Crying for, what was it, $2.99 a minute? I never used the Nintendo hotline and also didn't beat a lot of the games. Haha. That's one. Yeah, it was certainly before I was good enough at game to have that make up the skill deficit. All right. That's fair. PlayStation had some good games. As I have been exploring in recent months. Okay, I'm on block. What can I do with block here? Now I've got 2 block. Was I supposed to save that block and stack it on that block? I don't. This is back where I was. Why did I need 2 block, I wonder? What does it mean to be back here now with 2 blocks? Probably need to double up the block so I can get up here. But I can flip it. Okay. I was like, am I gonna go all the way back around? And the answer is no, thankfully. So we do this. We crouch down, we flip. To the right, to the right, to the forward. Yes. Yes. Ha ha ha. Now I've got a big rock. I threw the big rock and it exploded into polygons of smaller size. And now I've got a cool spear. Just like the website Polygon, except with better human resources policies. Am I feeling a little spicy tonight? I'm feeling a little spicy tonight. Taking it to go. Oh, yeah. Like Raziel is doing here. That's more of a dine and dash situation, I guess. Hey, bud. Well, if two couldn't stop you, maybe one will. Turns out that's not the case. This looks like boss fight. Could be wrong. But this looks like boss fight. We've got a switch. We went on an elevator with the switch. Don't know what that is. Looks kind of mechanical, maybe. Yeah. Like on the original Mass Effect, you can see Shepard getting bored and just pulling out the switch. Okay, this looks like boss fight arena if I've ever seen one. Oh, having fun. Just hanging out. Don't know what that's for yet. This looks like stuff goes in here and gets mashed and smashed up. Things slid together. Okay. I'm starting to get the picture. Okay. Can I reset the switch? Doesn't seem like it. It seems like I'm trying to reset the switch and it's not letting me. What if I go back over to the big crank? Okay. Seems like it'd be pretty bad news to get caught in all that. Hey. Okay. I feel like I set something up that will come in handy. I think it's another surprise tool that will help us later. But I'm not sure yet. Okay, so that's moving now. I was sure this was going to be a boss fight room. And it's not living up to that expectation, which is not a bad thing. It's just not what I thought. That's nothing it looks like, but it could be. Now that that's moving, it's just a seal. Whoop. I did forget I can do crouch jump. This is just going to be back down there. Okay. I think that's nothing, but I do want a tasty snack, so I'm going to finish this fight like Master Chief would want. Yeah. When you crouch down and then jump up, it's like you go twice as high. Just like in real life. You do that, and then zoom. Maybe not twice as high, but it's a significant boost. Okay. I am going to look back at that guide. Because it steered me right insofar as once I restarted the game to line up with what it was saying, it seemed like it was saying true things. One sec. Back up the elevator to the room with the pedestal. There should be a lever in front of me. Oh! Look how much this stood out from everything else around it. Just look how obvious this lever is. I say. It was right in front of me. There we go. I'm not reading ahead to see what this is going to do. I just needed to figure that much out. Now, the obvious thing that won't get me in any trouble is just jump down here and everything's going to be fine. Dracly's here. Dracly, welcome. We're having a time. We're figuring out that the game is a little bit glitched sometimes, and that's okay. Okay, so let's just push it in or out. That's a dead end. I think it was that little alcove that opened up. Maybe. We'll see. We can all be a little bit glitched and become beloved classics. That's exactly right. Well, even the crouch jump is having trouble here. Do we need to glide? Yes. Sometimes crouch jump is necessary but not sufficient. And yeah, if the game is ever glitched, then it's just testing my resolve and it isn't actually something wrong with the game. I had forgotten that part. Just gonna move some fire around. Push. I did a thing. Honestly, I thought that was stone and not wood, but there we go. I did something. Can't push it over. Okay. Does this have to stay on the track? I'm going to guess the answer is yes. Yes. Okay. I think I need to knock out all these supports. And how do I do it? It's with fire. Come. Raziel. Thank you. Kids these days. One more. Presumably one more. We'll see if it's actually one more. It dropped the platform. Hopefully that's a good thing. What can I do with this now? Oh, I can put fire on it. Okay, so that's there. Maybe they need to be in the corners. We're gonna try them in the corners and see how that does. Because I think it's supposed to match the other one, and I think they were in the corners. Or maybe... Yeah, they're probably supposed to be there, actually. We'll try these... We will try these first, and if this doesn't work, we'll slide this closer to it. Yeah, there's a little alcove here. This is its hole. It was made for it. Because otherwise, why on earth would you go there? Yeah, it's a click. It's a little clicky sound. Young man? Be uneven footing when you go there. Click, click. And bye. All right. That's spooky. I'm gonna try the other way first. Gonna try the slightly less spooky way first. Oh, that's just the way back up. Okay. So I did want to go the spooky way, it looks like. Down, down, down. This is probably boss fight, huh?
Show yourself, creature.
Do you not recognize me, brother?
Oh, hello.
So changed.
Melchiah?
No, you look just the same.
Yes, brother. You should have stayed where the master sent you, Raziel.
Brother.
Nosgoth, less pleasant than you remember.
What has become of my clan? Answer me, little brother, or I will beat an answer from your horrid lips.
Everyone
He enunciates very well for someone without a lower jaw.
you awake to a world of fear. These times of change are so unsettling. Do you think I feel no revulsion for this form? Do you believe for a moment that our Lord would risk his empire upon an upstart inheritance?
Enough riddles. What are you saying?
You are the last to die.
Alright, so there's a crank over there, but I can't do anything with it at the moment. Seeing if there's anything else in my surroundings that'll help me out. Ooh, I'm starting to get low on health. Yeah, that's not doing anything for me. Okay. I feel like the sound it's making is saying, hey, you're not actually doing any damage, bub. Where'd you go? You're over there. Yeah, and you're laughing at me, so it's never a good sound when the boss is laughing at you. Okay. Well, now I'm here. Let me grab a snack. Come on, come on. Hmm. It's a sturdy grate. Surely I'm not supposed to just wait for my health to refill naturally. Oh, there we go. Well, yeah, if you're dropping that phone on your face, you gotta sleep, Trillian. I hope you have a good sleep.
You are
And
beyond death,
thanks for
Garcia.
stopping
Your
by.
enemies cannot destroy you. If you grow too weak, however, you will always be drawn here to recover.
Sometimes you gotta be drawn somewhere to recover. And sometimes that place is sleepy times. Alright. Round 2. No, it's gonna be the long way around. I want the M. Yeah. Oh. Nope. Forgot. I don't press the select. I press the forward. Alright, I'm gonna look up how to beat this boss. Okay. I now know all of the secrets to beat video games. I'm, could call me a real gamer. If you really want to. I wouldn't recommend it, personally, but you could. It's legal. Okay. We're gonna pretend I know exactly how to get back there. And that I remember it all perfectly. No, I don't think that's coming. Thought I was gonna do a scene transition, but it just stayed there on the other side of the door. Having a good time, having a ball. Oh dear. Instagram is happening, unfortunately. Probably just got a great spam message. Can't wait to read that after I'm done with the stream. If it's not, if it is someone that I actually know, I didn't recognize the name, but if it is someone I know, I apologize for calling it a spam message. Pretty sure it's a spam message. There we go. Back for round 2. Look at that little scuttle. Thanks. Oh, I never would have spotted that. Again, the fact that I can't move the camera up and down really, there we go. Really limits my ability to puzzle solve in some of these situations. Because I would have thought that was just more grayish texture. Where are you, bud? Where'd you go? There you are. Come on. Look at me, come and get me, ha ha ha. That's not what I wanted whatsoever. Come on back out. Ah, fooled you. Ha! Come on, come on, come on.
Tell me, Melchiah, where can I find Cain?
The Master is beyond your reach, Raziel. He makes himself known when he sees fit, not when commanded.
No.
I'm released.
Raziel.
Am I reduced to this? A ghoul? A fratricide?
Elevated, Raziel, not reduced. Consuming Melchiah's
Elevated to
soul has
fratricide.
endowed you with a new gift. Insubstantial barriers such as these are no impediment to you in the spectral realm. Will yourself to pass through, and you shall.
Woohoo! I got a new cool power. I can go through barriers. Shwum. Alright, before anything else, let's save that progress. Ghost powers. I'm gonna start referring to a guide pretty regularly, because that was the first proper area, and it gave me a little trouble. So if you see me glancing over, that's probably why. There it is. Whee! I can face through it.
Return to the sanctuary of the clans, Raziel. Melchiah's soul has endowed you with the means to gain entry. Beware, however. This hollow derelict is abandoned, but not uninhabited.
Oh, okay. I'll pretend I know what that means. In this context, it's abandoned, but it's not abandoned. Although I guess you could say it's an abandoned building, but there's still, you know, critters living in it. And by critters, I do mean fans of Critical Role. Just camping out. Did not mean to come down here. Come on. Come on. Obviously not meant to do that. Okay. What's this way? Something I can use? This is not where the guide is telling me to go, but I'm a little bit turned around, so... That's something. We're gonna have to do something to open up that mouth. Which is a weird thing to say in or out of context. Oh, this looks like a shiny.
These artifacts enhance your stamina, enabling you to prolong your material manifestation. Gather 5 to complete the emblem, and thereby
5?
augment your strength.
Oh no, I feel like Legend of Zelda and most of its releases hit the nail on the head with 4. Because with 5, that just feels like such a hill to climb. With 4, you know, the first one, it's alright, here we go, starting out. Second one, you're halfway there. Third one, you just need one more. Fourth one, bam, you got it. With 5, first one, you're starting out. Second one is going to be the problem, because you're still not even halfway there. Third one, you make it past halfway there. But then the fourth one, I just think they really blew it. And I think that is what's going to sink this game. And going to mean it's never going to cement its legacy as a cult classic. Oh, wait. It did do that. I might be going the wrong way, I'm now realizing. I think it's over there, but I could be. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yippee! Tasty snack. I do need to be corporeal here. But I think I want to backtrack. Could be very wrong, but I think I want to backtrack and... No, I'm not where I thought I was. Okay. Yeah, let's go this way. Okay. a good world map would be very much appreciated with this game. I've got to say that. Because it is very easy to get turned around. Got some cat fur tickling my nose. I think it's cat fur. It might not be cat fur, and I'm just blaming Jake for something he didn't do, but I'm pretty sure it's cat fur. The odds are on my side. Okay, I didn't actually want to go this way, but this is going to get me to the right place once I go around and rejoin the material plane. He does a fun little dance. That's the real reason. This is not canonical, but I'm pretty sure the real reason Raziel was expelled is because he was too good of a dancer. This is where I want to be. Just double check. Yeah. Okay. The guide says, from Gateway 0, Lake of the Dead, exit through the door and go to the left, back to the entrance of Kane's Fortress. So we need to find a door. If this ends, this should be the door. This is not the door. This is the starting hub. I think. No, I don't see the thing. I think this is right, actually. Starting to think I was supposed to go the other way. 'Cause this is not a door. That might be a door. Hold on. Hold on. I can phase through this. Right. I'm confused, but I'm gonna poke around a little bit more. Okay, there are 2 vampires for me to dispose of. We'll know I'm on the right track. There are not 2 vampires to dispose of. I don't know where I am. What if I try and just open the door? Then the game says no. Okay. Maybe y'all are the 2 I need to dispose of? No, you're humans. Ah, beans. I need to be material to interact with that door. Alright. I don't think I'm in the right place. But I do want to go grab that portal. I'm not sure I trust this guide is the thing. This guide might be leading me astray. It started out great. We had a real connection, but now I'm not so sure.
With Melchiah's gift, your way is opened. Return to the seat of Cain's ill-omened empire. Its sterile silence has secrets yet to unveil.
Okay. You're not going to remind me where that is, you're just going to send me there. That sounds like you. exit through the door and go to the left back to the entrance of Kane's fortress. Yum, yum, yum.
Your efforts are futile, Raziel. Such objects are but shadows in the spirit world.
That's the door. Okay. I got you now. Maybe. And go left. I don't think this is it. Ah. Now we're getting somewhere. Now somewhere is where we're getting. Perhaps I'm being too cynical in saying this, but I feel like this was a great blockbuster game. Because I can see this being a very good game to play for 3 or 5 days and getting really into it and feeling like, oh, there's so much more here. I gotta buy the full thing to play the rest of it. Not saying the rest of it is bad, because I don't recall whether it is or not, but it definitely feels like there was some difficulty added in just to make it take a little bit more time so the gamers wouldn't finish it before they had to return it to the Blockbuster. Could be wrong, but I know that was a very real thing, especially in like SNES Genesis days. I don't know if this carried that through or if I'm just in desperate need of getting good. Perhaps both are true. Why do they have the pools of water that are just going to wreck their whole lives? Or unlives? It's a great question. Do I have an answer? I do not. Just for the record. Ah, you come for the deep lore dives. Well, it turns out it's part of the HOA requirements. They've got to have a pool of water. And it's so they can put their Sims in it and then take away the ladder, because they're real mean folks who like to do that.
Raziel.
Cain.
The abyss has
Hey,
been
Cain.
unkind.
I am your creation, Cain. Now, as before, you criticize your own work. What have you done with my clan, degenerate? You have no right.
What I have made, I can also destroy, child.
Damn you, Cain! You are not God! This act of genocide is unconscionable!
Conscience? You dare to speak to me of conscience? Only when you have felt the full gravity of choice should you dare question my judgment. Your lifespan is a flicker compared to the mass of doubt and regret that I have borne since Mortanius first turned me from the light. To know that the fate of the world hangs dependent on the advisedness of my every deed? Can you even begin to conceive what action you would take in my position?
I would choose integrity, Cain.
Look around you, Raziel. See what has become of our empire. Witness the end of an age. The clans scattered to the corners of Nosgoth. This place has outlasted its usefulness.
Is it a
As have
scorpion?
you.
I hope so.
The Soul Reaver, Kain's ancient blade, older than any of us and 1,000 times more deadly. The legends claimed that the blade was possessed and thrived by devouring the souls of its victims. For all our bravado, we knew what it meant when Kain drew the Soul Reaver in anger. It meant you were dead.
Oh. I done got. Okay. Okay. Interesting. This is not final boss. This would be a very disappointing final boss.
The blade is vanquished. So it unfolds. And we are a step closer to our destinies.
It is pretty funny. I guess?
I swore I saw a glint of satisfaction in Kain's eye when the Soul Reaver was destroyed. I did not understand the game that Kain was playing, but I knew the finishing move.
From this moment and ever afterward, you and this blade are inextricably bound. Soul Reaver and Reaver of Souls, your destinies are intertwined. By destroying the sword, you have liberated it from its corporeal prison and restored it to its true form, a wraith blade, its energy unbound. No longer a physical blade, it can only manifest itself in the material realm when your strength is fully restored. Once manifest, it will sustain you.
I would think their ship name would be either Soul of Souls
What are you, little
or
soul?
Reaver
Another
Reaver.
of Kain's creatures come to taunt this bound spectre.
I did not intend to disturb your rest.
Rest. A body is needed for sleep. Flesh and bones are required to recline. No, child. All I may do is watch and remember, ceaselessly conscious as this wretched world's history unfurls. Ghastly past, insufferable future, are they one and the same? Am I always here?
How have you come to haunt these pillars?
Kain refused the sacrifice. The Pillar of Balance, corrupted to its core, stands as a monument to his blind ambition. Now these pillars serve only to bind me here, my prison and eternal home, thanks to the avarice of your master, Cain.
That bastard can claim no allegiance from me.
Then we share a common foe, Raziel. Return here when you have need. Ariel remembers what others have forgotten.
Oh, it's the Little Mermaid.
Far in the eastern mountains, a stifled titan stands in mute surrender, unwilling host to a parasitic swarm.
Ooh, she's got all the hot gossip. That's what she's got. Now I got a cool... Let's just call it what it is. I got a cool lightsaber. Wow, 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 wow. Necro saber. Must I truly? Yeah. Excuse me. I keep rejoining the material plane and then leaving it again because of these gates. Little frustrating. Little frustrating, a little annoying.
Your brother Zephon's keep lies far to the east, beyond the ruins that greeted your first exit from the underworld. He and his brood have cocooned themselves in a derelict cathedral, having murdered its human guardians.
Silly. Silly Billy. I think this is it. Yeah. I'm getting hit by a big wave of the sleepies. Might wrap up pretty soon. Ugh. I wrecked my sleep schedule a little bit. I'll call it a fender bender of the old sleep schedule yesterday, so I'm a little out of sync. This is where I was earlier. Hello. Yeah, you know what? I'm feeling a little sleepy. And this seems like it's going to be a whole experience, and I don't want to stop it as I get deeper into it. So, I'm going to wrap at least Soul Reaver. Is there something that would be good to do for 30 minutes? Let me see. Nothing's jumping to my attention. So we might just go do a raid. We might see who's available for a raid. Paulina's doing it again with the Last of Us. It's a possibility. But in any case, thank y'all for watching. I'm having fun with Soul Reaver. It is hitting a lot of the frustration notes that games from this era sometimes give me, which it is what it is. But when it works well, I'm having fun with it. It's just occasionally frustrating, especially when it was just broken and I couldn't advance. That was emblematic of the era, I would say. But I do want to keep going. Let me see. How we've done 2 bosses. Oh, this is a long walkthrough section. I am glad I'm throwing in the towel a little early. We've still got plenty of game ahead of us. Oh, we've got so much game ahead of us. Okay. Yeah. The meat monster boss was very good. So yeah, we've got things to look forward to. And we're going to do them, just not right now because I would not finish them and it wouldn't be fun for me. And so I'm not going to do it. What I will do is I will ask you to go vote with your heart and your conscience for your friend and mine, August Mina, and also Isabeth Elliott. And I'm going to drop a link in the chat in a moment. More voting. The voting continues. This is... I don't think August is going to make the requisite, not 100%, 20% to survive this round, but we can't give up. So I'm dropping that link. Or you can go on Twitter, August_Mina. It's going to be one of those tweets. You can find a link there. Also, I wrote a book, and it's going to be out in 11 days? 11 days. Goodness gracious. And that one I can type from memory, joshcloss.com/transpiratemermaid. It's very good. I'm biased, but it's very good. And it's got cute ladies who flirt with each other and also saving the world. Both of those things are good. You can absolutely vote for Socks Maybe. I would also vote for colloquially pronounced Nan, a beloved, not very good baseball player. But vote with your heart. And also for August Mina and Isabeth Elliott, which I think is hopefully also with your heart, but I can't speak for what's going on in there, other than hopefully pumping some blood around. Anything else I want to say? I think that's going to do it. I think that's going to put a proverbial bow on it. Thanks again for hanging out. We'll be back on Tuesday. We're going to do some more Suikoden 2. PG for blood. That does make sense. And on Thursday, should be back with more Soul Reaver. Hopefully the game won't break again. Fingers crossed. And I think that's it. I think we're gonna... Yeah, we're gonna go raid Paulina. And nobody can stop me. Okay. Thank you again for watching, and see you in the future.